Welcome to all of you. I extend a cordial welcome to all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. We feel honored to have with us the eminent personalities on the dais. Professor Somnath Sachdevaji, Vice Chancellor, Kurukshetra University. Professor Manjula Chaudhary, Advisor, International Gita Conference 2025. And Professor Tejendra Sharma, Director, IGC. I also welcome the special guests of roundtable discussion, the delegates from 16 different countries. I welcome all the deans, directors, faculty members, research scholars, students in this roundtable discussions. So I again welcome you all in this roundtable discussion on the theme, Learnings from Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of this roundtable discussion is to engage scholars, educators, spiritual practitioners in a meaningful dialogue on our learnings about one's righteousness, duty, and self-reliance rooted in cultural and moral foundation as articulated in Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. We are looking forward to fruitful discussion wherein we will try to explore the philosophical, ethical, and socio-cultural implication of these concepts for contemporary life, education, national development, and personal conduct. So before initiating the discussion, I would like to request the guests on the dais for lighting the auspicious lamp. So, welcome. So I would like to call upon Professor Tejendra Sharma for formal welcome address.
Respected Vice Chancellor, sir, Madam Manjula Chaudhary, Dr. Vanita, dear faculty colleagues and wonderful guests who have come from. What could be more appropriate than having a roundtable conference in which the intelligentsia, a galaxy of people who have faith in Krishna, assemble here to exchange their thoughts on how Bhagavad Gita, the immortal song, can be relevant for somebody in his or her daily life. We know Gen Z is in the midst of a big change, and the questions which they ask, that how does Gita matter to us? How does it help us to solve our problems? So with this background, it is indeed going to be a great day when we are going to have the inputs from you all, and we look forward to a great session. I extend my warm welcome to you, sir, and looking forward to a great discussion.
Thank you, sir. The presence of all the eminent personalities over here signifies the collective commitment to glorify the teachings of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. So I would like to request Professor Manjula Chaudhary to start the discussion and moderate the session.
On the dais, Vice Chancellor Professor Somnath Sachdeva, Director Seminar Professor Tejendra Sharma, Deputy Director Seminar Professor Vanita, and off the dais, dear delegates and experts, especially on Gita, sabhi ko namaskar. Now we are starting the discussion, roundtable discussion. I have shared this yesterday night with Parasharji. I hope you have already received the themes and you might have made certain thoughts on it. Since in the yesterday plenary session, there were different thematic sessions on which all of you spoke your mind, your researches, your discussions. And the feedback is that this was considered to be very, very good. In fact, in one of the sessions which I attended, it was quite illuminating. The purpose of this particular session is to throw open certain areas which we face as an educationist in our universities and educational institutions, and which often bog us down, like how to find the solution. So maybe we will find the solution from the scholars of Gita. I will mention the topic one by one. Each one of you can share your thoughts on it. and maybe we arrive at some pragmatic solution which can be used in today's life, because everyone is talking about Gen G, and we are the persons who deal with Gen G every day, because outsiders may not deal with them every day. So the first theme for discussion is that we observe that addiction to digital devices is increasing on the one hand. On the another hand, a lot of discussion is happening around AI, whether it will transform the world or it is going to be threat to humanity. We just want to know how the students can balance between these two things, like to what extent they shall use the digital devices and AI, to what extent they should not be using, and how the students can use Gita's teachings to manage stress, competition and expectations that is happening all around. Here let me give you one particular narration also. Government has started teaching AI from school because other countries are doing, so Indian government has also decided that. So that is posing a lot of pressure on the students. So the field is open to you for discussions. Please, anyone can start and then we can take inputs from each one of you. Yes, thank you. Yeah, you can use the mic.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so I'm Marcis Gassens from Russia, and I've been dealing with artificial intelligence since 26 years as of now.
Marxist, I will just stop you for a moment.
Sure.
We have Swamiji joining us, who is also an expert on Gita.
Understood.
We have Gita Manishi amidst us, and he was there yesterday also, so you all know he is a renowned scholar on Gita. Now I will request students to present a bouquet to Maharaji to welcome him. Dr. Vanita can present the bouquet. सामने से आ जाओ. I will also request a dais for lighting the lamp, because we started discussion before that. सभी का धन्यवाद. Now we resume our discussion. For the information of Maharaji, the first theme that we have raised for discussion is that is, on the one hand, our students are addicted to digital devices. On the other hand, AI is also coming. So that's a threat and opportunity both. And we were discussing how the teachings of Gita can be used to manage stress, competition, and expectations happening as a result of this. So Marcus, please.
Yes.
Continue.
So I'm Marcis Gassens from Russia, and as I said, I'm dealing with the artificial intelligence since the last 26 years. I don't believe that the artificial intelligence can add anything good. Let me explain. I am working in the world of digital corpora and Sanskrit dictionaries. So I do use a lot of computer, but I would not trust a single line of translation, because in this world, in the world of statistics, everything becomes mediocre. So it counts the number of places it happens, and everything, we lose the light of human consciousness. So everything is just similar as all the rest. So when I was in Pune, in the Pune Deccan College 6 years ago, I understood that they are living like a Kupa Mantuka. They have cut themselves off the internet, and they only have an intranet. That's not the way to go. We cannot cut off ourselves physically from the external world. That does not work that way. But Indian journalists came to Moscow last year, and they asked, why don't you give the translation of the Ramayana and Mahabharata to the artificial intelligence? And as a programmer and coder, I understand that it might ease some of the pain, but it increases in an enormous amount of human editing required. So that means we still have to have places with traditional chanting and the way to learn Sanskrit as it was in India, not even the last 200 years in Europe. So I see that in India, sometimes they try to keep all the technologies. They are, for example, in Pune, Bhandarkar Oriental Institute, they are not even aware that there is Unicode fonts, which are there for like 20 years. So they are living pre-modern era. And this is not the way to go. We should not be Kupa Manduka. But now the risk is the vice versa. Everything tries to start using it, and without understanding that it's just a parrot, we cannot expect something meaningful. If meaningfulness happens, if you will give a typewriter to a monkey, sometimes it will write a Shakespeare sonnet. But it doesn't make much. We should not concentrate too much. Like, what I like about India is the tradition. The way it was taught, it's not just like outdated. It is not. So you should not try to get rid of artificial intelligence, but you should not make a candy out of it. And that's hard, because that requires expertise. And not in even every university at the world there is such an expert, not to say about a college or a school. So
thank you. Nice thoughts. He says it should not be made a candy. Very nice thoughts. Anyone else? Yeah.
Jai Shri Krishna to all, and pranam to Swamiji. 3 questions. Digital addiction. It's just like a regular addiction. Whatever we do, we have to have a balance. Yukta ahar yukta viharasya. Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to balance our life. And it's not just balance in the ahar, vihar, sleeping, etc. It helps us to bring the awareness to our regular life, that we must be aware whatever we do, whatever we think, whatever we speak, And digital addiction is a part of it. Digital addiction, I would call it is an addiction if you make it as an addiction. However, if you balance it, it offers so many things. I cannot be everywhere. I cannot listen to Swamiji's Parvachan and I cannot be with him, but I can look it on the YouTube. I can get his messages, his reels, his videos, and that's a blessing. So we have to be discreet about it, how we use the digital media. So it is up to us, and how we can reduce it like anything else. We have a morning to eat the breakfast, lunch, dinner. There are timings. We have timings for sleeping. Similarly, we should allow the time for when to use the digital. And I would recommend one thing, that after 8 o'clock, few hours prior to going to sleep, unless you are listening to some parvachans, unless listening to some bhajans, don't just go and click to WhatsApp and hear and somebody send the message and what's happening in the world. World will continue to happen. It's not going to stop, but it will stop and it will disturb my sleep if I listen to the news. All that. So my recommendation will be, if you want to listen, to do it, do spiritual or study. You are using your study, use a study, because when you do it at night, your subconscious mind keep working on it. So it will help you to digital market and digital programming, instead of addiction, make a best use of it. Like a knife, you can use it for cutting or you can use it for killing. So it's a choice is ours, not the fault of digital. It is an addiction which we have to manage it. That's the answer one. AI. AI, of course, it does not have the subconscious and conscious mind. Subconscious mind, it doesn't have it, but the conscious mind, it does have it, because a lot of program is going on. And I can tell you, for last 2 years, I have been using the AI, and it has transformed my life. It is so easy, it is so convenient, and I can give you a good example. When I write some articles or something on Bhagavad Gita, those verses are going on in my mind. Now I have to go to my book, I have to go somewhere to extract those particular verses. I tell AI, give me the verse chapter 6:17. It gives me the translation, it gives me the Sanskrit, I can immediately copy and paste it. So there's a good example. Anytime I want to write an article, I first put my points there and then ask AI to validate the sequence of my points, so it is become my admin. I do not use admin anymore because AI has become my admin. Number one, many times I have a doubts that in my article, I'm giving you an example which I just finished the article, and I have these points and it's repeating the same concept times, help me how I can synchronize. It will tell me that. Also many things I would not find on Google, I will not find in others, and AI is the one which gives me so much depth information, but it does not mean it substitutes my conscious mind, because I have to first know what I am doing, and then I can get AI as an admin. So I would say AI is the best admin tool as far as I know, and it has, sorry to say that, but I did not need my admin, so I had to let her go, so that was not a good idea, but it does help me a lot. So I would strongly recommend, use it very discreetly, but don't substitute yourself that AI will lead you. You are leading the AI, not the AI is leading you. So we must be the master of the AI user. Number 3, how to reduce the stress. What does Gita teaches us? How to reduce the stress, especially in a student's life. If a student know what is his dharma, swadharma. Dharma, everybody has. The karma, we do it all the time. Dharma, everybody knows. The beneficiary for everybody, sarva bhut hitarata, do it with love and compassion, with wisdom. That's a dharma. But Difference between dharma and swadharma is dharma now we know, but now question comes, what is my dharma? As a wife, as a spouse, as a mother, as a CEO, what is my dharma? How can I save my employees? How can I help my employees? How can I make my product better? So then it helps the patients. So that's my responsibility, that is my dharma. As a student, your dharma is to study, but which area to study? That is depends on your innate qualities, your gunas. That you might be expert in accounting, you must be expert in networking, you must be expert in engineering, you must be expert in medical sciences. Whatever your experience or expertise is, search yourself, live in awareness, find out, and then proceed that field, rather than your parents tell you or your other people tell you that you are a doctor. We are, as a parent, sometimes we say, we both are a doctor, our children should be a doctor. But the child is not interested, the student is not interested in medical. So that redirecting ourselves to the proper field which I am, what field resonates with me, I should focus on that and qualify, work on that, and once I work on that, then I will succeed. Arjun was Kshatriya.
Thank you, Satyaji. I will request for a crisp note only.
Yeah, can I just finish 30 seconds?
Sure, please.
So he was Kshatriya. Bhagwan Krishna ji told him to go and get engaged in the war. Did not let him go to do the tapasya on Himalayas. So whatever the innate qualities are, we should follow that. And once we follow it as a student, be loyal to your teachers, loyal to your universities, and loyal to your parents. That by doing all this, following your dharma, swadharma, that will lead you your inner satisfaction, inner peace. And once you cultivate that peace within you, you will be able to share that peace, love, anandam with the rest of the world. So all starts peace. So dharma, it takes us to inner peace, to global peace and harmony, and that's the path we should follow. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Satyaji. I will request our foreign speakers to be crisp in their notes. I will tweak this question a bit and will only take one more comment on it before we move to the second question. Satyaji also talked about balance. Before that, earlier speaker talked of balance, but how do you tell that to someone who is between 18 to 25 years of age? Please.
हरे कृष्ण। महाराज जी के चरणों में कोटि कोटि प्रणाम और सभी विद्वानों को मेरा सादर प्रणाम। 3 प्रॉब्लम्स हमने यहाँ पर हमारे सामने हैं, डिस्ट्रैक्शन को लेकर, एआई के जो जिज्ञासा है उसको लेकर के, और तीसरा जो बच्चों के मन में जो डिप्रेशन की भावना आ जाती है समय के हिसाब से, उसके ऊपर। तो इन तीनों का जो एक सॉल्यूशन है उस पर जाने से पहले हम रूट कॉज पे जाएंगे। रूट कॉज ये है कि जो ज़्यादा डिस्ट्रैक्शन ज़्यादा हम चीज़ों में इंगेज होते हैं क्योंकि हमारा उनके प्रति आकर्षण है, क्योंकि हमें लगता है कहीं ना कहीं वो हमारे जीवन में एक ज़रूरी स्थान रखते हैं, उनके होने से हमारी शोभा बढ़ेगी, हमारा उपयोग बढ़ जाएगा, ऐसी हमारी विचारधारा है, इसलिए हम उनकी तरफ अट्रैक्ट होते हैं। दूसरा, एआई से लगता है हमारे जीवन का मार्ग ज़्यादा आसान हो जाएगा, उससे हम जो काम 4 घंटे में करते थे अब थोड़ी देर में कर लेंगे, और जब वो काम नहीं होता है इन दोनों ही कंडीशन में तो डिप्रेशन का कारण बनता है। हमने आचार्यों से इस विषय पे पहले हमारे यहाँ पर हमने बात की, इस पर डिस्कशन किया इस विषय पे, तो हम इस पे आए कि हमारी जो वैदिक सिद्धांत है, वैदिक जो संस्कृति है, हमें सिखाती है एक साधारण जीवन जीना मगर उच्च विचार रखना। सिंपल लाइफ, हाई थिंकिंग के ऊपर हम चलते हैं। अगर हम अपने विद्यार्थियों को और स्वयं अपने जीवन में इस तरह की बात को रखें कि हम एक साधारण जीवन जिए, वेशभूषा में, खान पान में, बोल व्यवहार में, बर्ताव में साधारण सिंपल, मगर हमारे विचार जो हों उच्च हों, तो उससे हमारे अंदर एक प्रवृत्ति डेवलप होगी। प्रवृत्ति मतलब एक इंक्लिनेशन आएगा कि जो आधुनिकता है, जो तकनीकी है, जो टेक्नोलॉजी हमारे सामने आ रही है, हमें उसका उपयोग करना है, उसमें बंधना नहीं है। ये एक मार्ग हमारे लिए खुल जाता है, क्योंकि वो सिर्फ हमारे मेरा अगर जीवन सादा है तो मेरे सामने अगर पेन रखा है तो उसका उपयोग यह है कि मुझे उससे लिखना है, उसको यहाँ लगा के सजाना नहीं है। प्रॉब्लम क्या है, हम उन टेक्नोलॉजी को अपने जीवन में सजाना चाहते हैं, उससे अपना श्रृंगार करना चाहते हैं, अपने जीवन का, अपनी वैभव को, चीज़ों का, और जब वो नहीं हो पाता है तो वो हो जाता है। तो मुझे हमारे आचार्यों के हिसाब से मेरे को लगता है ऐसा कि अगर हम एक सिंपल जीवन, साधारण जीवन जिए, साधारण जीवन में कोई कमी नहीं है, सिर्फ अपनी वेशभूषा, अपने वार्तालाप को, अपने व्यवहार को, अपनी जीवन शैली को इस तरह ढाल देना है कि चीज़ें सिर्फ इस्तेमाल के लिए हों, उससे हमारा सहायता हो, ना कि हम उसके द्वारा किसी बंधन में फंसे या सजावट की चीज़ बनाएं।
धन्यवाद।
हरे कृष्ण।
The second question is also related, so those who wanted to share thoughts on it can share now. The second question is that education is under biggest change these days because it is going online. And teachers as well as institutions, there is a lot of fear, apprehensions, and how to cope with this threat or how to use it. Education is going online and there is apprehension among learners as well as teachers. It's also coming as a threat to how to manage this. Yeah, please. Those who have already answered, please give chance to others to speak.
I'm from Australia. In Australia, the universities after COVID had gone online and they've not recovered since then. I speak to university lecturers and they have up to 3 students sitting in the hall while hundreds are sitting at home watching things. There's no doubt that it's a compromised version of learning. The best form of learning is face-to-face. There's inspiration, there's acknowledgement, there's an understanding of the student's mind which then changes the teacher's ability to teach. So I can only say as far as possible to avoid it because it has become a problem there. Maybe we need to expose students also just to this style of teaching where it's even not just a note-taking session, where part of it, almost the teacher can ask them just pay attention without having to have a laptop in front of them. And whether the teacher can access an inspiration within the student. Personally, when I studied in university and obviously in the Gurukul, inspiration from the teacher was the main thrust. Education is not going to stop at the university, it has to continue on even after that in the professional field. If the teacher's, part of the teacher's goal should be to add that fire of inspiration into the heart of the student so that they can continue on after that. So maybe sessions within the lecture are almost no pens, no writing, and it's where the teacher just engages the student face to face. Our tradition was a samvad. Our tradition was actually not a prachar. All our shastras are given in samvad with very active participation. So possibly that's a style we have to experiment in quantities.
Thank you. Any other inputs on this?
नमस्कार, स्वामी जी को प्रणाम। अभी तक जो चर्चा हुआ उसमें बहुत ही अच्छा ये मिला। खाली मैं बोलना चाहूँगा, जो गीता का ये कोट करके मैं बताऊँगा। स्वामी संयुक्तानंद फ्रॉम फिजी, हाँ, भारत सेवाश्रम संघ। गीता का ये कोट करूँगा, जो श्रद्धावान लभते ज्ञानम तत्पर संयतेन्द्रियम। आज मुझे लगता है जे हमारा विद्या का जो क्षेत्र है, ये श्रद्धा, तत्परता, संयम, ये तीनों से काफ़ी दूर हट रहे हैं। और मुझे लगता है जे गीता का ये सामने रखते हुए हमको सबसे पहले इसका तरफ ध्यान देना चाहिए। पिता माता, शिक्षक शिक्षिका, कोई भी जगह में जो हम लोग का ये है, उसमें ये तीनों को सम्मिलित करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। ये मेरा अनुभव है। फिजी में मैं थोड़ा सा ये बता दूं, जे लोग गीता पर बहुत ध्यान नहीं देते। घर में महाभारत रखना नहीं चाहते, फिर भी हम लोग थोड़ा थोड़ा ये करके गीता का प्रचार करते, बहुत छोटा एक मात्रा में। परंतु बात ये है कि आज बच्चा पिता माता का बात तो मानते ही नहीं है, शिक्षकों का बात भी मानते नहीं है। हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि भारत का पुराना परंपरा में पितृ मातृ पूजन का जो ये था वो हम लोग चालू किया। जो कैंप में हम करते हैं दिखा जाता है, जो टीचर्स लोग भी बोलते हैं, जो स्वामी जी ये बहुत ही फ्रूटफुल है, क्यों नहीं इसका बड़ा पैमाने में करा जाए, किया जाए, परंतु होता नहीं है। मैं निवेदन करूँगा और खास करके ज्ञानानंद जी से मेरा निवेदन रहेगा, ये आप देखिए जो सारा दुनिया से आए हुए जो स्कॉलर्स हैं, ये खाली गीता का क्षेत्र में काम करते ऐसा नहीं है, सामाजिक बहुत से क्षेत्र में काम करते। आप जिस ढंग से प्रचार करते, सहज ढंग से, आपका मैं हिंदी में ये देखा, पुस्तक देखा, वो भी कुछ इंग्लिश ये करके वर्षन भेजा जा सकता है, तो मुझे लगता है बच्चों के इसका साथ जोड़ा जा सकता है। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Please hand over mic to next.
Hare Krishna. My name is Radha Krishna Das, and I'm coming from Hungary, from the middle of Europe. And thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity to be here. Thank you so much, and all my pranams to all the dignitaries who are here. So this is not an easy question. And being a father of a Gen Z and probably a Gen Alpha border, 2 daughters, I think that this is a crucial point in the world at the moment. Knowledge is available everywhere. We don't need to make knowledge more available than it is now. If someone would like to know anything about anything, they can go online and they can study, they can learn. There's one thing that they cannot have, that's human beings. Example of living a meaningful life that you cannot learn online. And that's why I really think that yad acharati shreshtas tatta devetaro janaha is a really important verse in the Bhagavad Gita in this age. Because we have to show the example. If we can show the example, then that example will be followed. The question is, are we up to the level, morally, ethically, knowledge-wise, so that others will be moved by that? Because what we see many times is that as knowledge grows, morals and ethics and all of these things are just degrading. It just, all over the world, there is an ethical and moral collapse. So we would need to show the right example. And for that, I think that what would be really important, other than showing a good example, is show that there is meaningful life. And that meaning is way beyond enjoying material things. It is a connection, not through social media, but through meditation, prayer, and service. Connection to Krishna. If we do not have that, we lose everything. That's all.
Thank you. Now I move to another question. Third and fourth question will be little related. So those who have their thoughts, some can answer for the third point and rest to the fourth point. Third point is about climate change. Climate change is becoming visible as well as threatening the stability of life. Is there any message from Gita to handle the climate change? All countries are facing this problem. Yeah, please.
Yeah, in this regard, I'm Professor Rao from JNU, from School of Sanskrit and Indic Studies. So, for climate change, the previous discussions were very crucial. I wanted to also say, but now this is a different question, climate change. climate change, very clear instructions are there in Gita, very clearly, that we have forgotten our ancient system of doing the yajna. Yajnat bhavati parjanyah, yajna karma samudbhava. Very clearly says that we have to do every day this kind of sacrifices. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhava yajnat bhavati parjanya yajnaha karma samudbhava. So in this way we can find a very clear instruction that every day humans should please the gods through yajnas, and the gods will release the rains for us. This connectivity you can find in Kalidasa's Raghuvamsha also. He also says same thing, the poet Kalidasa. Previously Dilipa used to do such sacrifices. So this is climate, about regarding the climate. There are many other things also, because climate is also internal climate and external climate. Also we have internal, very much, as someone from Hungary was telling, the ethical degradation nowadays, everybody, that is also very important for us. That is also the message of Gita. And also, as far as AI is concerned, we have to discuss here how far, that's a very big question. But now we should limit it, how AI can help for the Bhagavad Gita. That actually we can limit to that discussion. And in that way we can get very useful, I think, discussion. And the AI is very forcefully is coming. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants AI. But the problem is AI is coming very forcefully and we have to follow it. That is the problem now. How to stop it? Otherwise our system was oral tradition. You see, in India we had oral tradition. We have preserved Vedas for several centuries without any writing also. That is why they are called Shrutis. And we have also preserved Tripitakas of Buddhist, early Buddhist tradition orally. At least 600 years. And also Jain Agamas. So with all this, thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other input on the same point? Yeah, please. First, let him speak because he hasn't spoken.
जय श्री कृष्ण. myself Skarbimir Ruchinsky, मूलतः पोलैंड से हूँ. आपका जो प्रश्न है क्लाइमेट चेंज के ऊपर, ऐसा है कि शास्त्रों में लिखा है कि हम लोग पृथ्वी के पुत्र हैं. हम लोगों को पृथ्वी को एज ए माता समझना चाहिए, माता के रूप में समझना चाहिए, और पूरे पर्यावरण को, पूरी प्रकृति को हमारे भाई बंधु हैं. अभी जो क्लाइमेट चेंज की बात होती है वो एक हमारे अंदर का अहंकार है कि हम लोगों को क्लाइमेट के ऊपर भी कंट्रोल करना चाहिए. हम लोगों को कम से कम प्रकृति के ऊपर नुकसान पहुंचाना चाहिए. लेकिन ये समझना कि हम लोगों को मौसम का परिवर्तन करने को रोकना चाहिए, वो हमारा घमंड है. वो यूरोप की दृष्टि है कि हम पहले तो प्रकृति को केमिकल से खराब कर दिए और अभी हम लोग मौसम को भी पकड़ना चाहते हैं. तो हम लोगों को थोड़ा विनम्रता ज़्यादा रखना चाहिए, और साथ साथ में जितना हम प्रकृति को नुकसान पहुंचाते हैं, ये बहुत जैन शास्त्रों में बहुत अच्छे से बताया गया है कि हम लोगों को कितना कम से कम इफ़ेक्ट डालना चाहिए, कम से कम नुकसान पहुंचाना चाहिए प्रकृति को, जल को, स्थल को एवं अन्य जीवों को. हम लोग, मेरा ये कहना है कि हम लोगों को इतना घमंड नहीं करना चाहिए कि हम लोगों को जानवरों की भी मात्रा निर्धारित करना चाहिए कि ये ज़्यादा है, ये कम है, कि हम लोगों को हर जगह पर नियंत्रण नहीं करना चाहिए. धन्यवाद.
Thank you. I think I can take answer from him because he hasn't spoken. Please give the mic here. I can come back to you with the next question because that is on the same theme.
Hare Krishna. My name is Mahaprasad Govinda. I'm one of the trustees for Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, specifically for Africa. So we do a lot of translation of Bhagavad Gita in Africa in a local language. With regards to environment and sustainability, there is so much we can learn from Vedic literatures. One of the most important things that we need to be aware is that when we utilize natural resources, we have to meet the needs of the present. The present requires some of the material resources we have, but without compromising the future. That's where the problem lies. We're not taking the future generation into consideration. So we are exploiting the material resources today extensively without actually considering and compromising the future for future generation. That's where the balance is required. So a balance in every resource that we utilize, whether it is from a social point of view, economic point of view, need to be balanced. The other thing is how to use the world's resource responsibly, because sometimes, we become a little bit greedy to be able to benefit our society, our nation, whatever. And we exploit the material resources extensively, unfortunately. So that actually has a damage for the future. And ultimately, we need to conserve all the natural resources, supporting our well-being, our social well-being, and also at the same time promoting a long-term economic viability. I come from Ethiopia, from East Africa. The government is allocating incredible amount of land for a commercial purpose to bring up roses and flowers and things like that. So commercially it's viable, it makes money very quickly, but once the lease runs out after 10, 15 years, the land can never be used again, because they haven't actually cultivated the land in such a way that it yields different kind of grains and plants in the future. So those are the kind of dangers that we have to watch out when it comes to sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you. There is a related question, and it is on everybody's mind because we are all facing it. That is pollution related to climate change, or because of one of the smaller factor of climate change. And the pollution is man-made and is bothering all of us, but solutions seem far away. So what can be lessons from Gita regarding the pollution? Now I come back to you.
हरे कृष्णा, मेरा नाम पंकजाक्ष माधवदास है, मैं बहरीन से हूँ। उसी डिस्कशन को मैं फर्दर कंटिन्यू करूँगा जो बता चुके हैं उसके आगे। शास्त्रों में जैसे प्रभु ने बताया, हम धरती के पुत्र हैं। इस पूरी संपूर्ण सृष्टि का हम एक अंग हैं, छोटा सा। उस महत्व को हमें समझना होगा, और इसी को समझाने के लिए वैदिक शास्त्रों में वर्णित है पंचयज्ञों का, जिसमें हम मनुष्य यज्ञ, भूत यज्ञ, पितृयज्ञ, देव यज्ञ, ऋषि यज्ञ, तो इसमें संपूर्ण सृष्टि आ जाती है। मनुष्य यज्ञ में हम सब मनुष्यों का सम्मान करते हैं, आदर करते हैं, सबके लोकहित का विचार करते हैं। उसके बाद आता है पितृयज्ञ। पितृयज्ञ में जो हमारे पूर्वज हैं, ठीक है, उनके प्रति हमारी श्रद्धा और भाव को हम बना के रखते हैं। हरे कृष्णा।
प्लीज कंटिन्यू।
ओके। उसके बाद भूत यज्ञ जहाँ आता है, अन्य जीव जंतु जितने भी इस सृष्टि में हैं, चाहे वो जमीन के अंदर हैं, चाहे वो जल के अंदर हैं, चाहे वो हवा में हैं, हमारा सबके प्रति हृदय में भावना होती है। फिर आता है देव यज्ञ, ये सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है। आज जो क्लाइमेट की प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, हमारे लिए नदी, पहाड़, पर्वत, ये सब एक वस्तु की तरह हैं। इनको काट देने से, इनको सुखा देने से, इनको डाइवर्ट कर देने से आज मनुष्य को फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मगर इनके पीछे भी एक प्रिसाइडिंग डेटी होती है। उसके प्रति एक सम्मान की भावना होनी चाहिए, उनकी केयर करनी है। नदी का संरक्षण करना है, पहाड़ों का संरक्षण करना है, जंगलों का संरक्षण करना है। ये भावना हमारे हृदय से हट गई है। अपने उपयोग और स्वार्थ के लिए हम उनको बदल देते हैं। तो इस महत्वपूर्ण बात को समझना होगा। और ये कैसे समझेंगे? जब हम ऋषि यज्ञ करेंगे। आज हम संत महात्माओं के बीच में बैठे हैं, इन्होंने सबने पूरा अपना जीवन दिया है। इनकी पद चिन्हों पे चल के, इनके द्वारा लिखित ग्रंथों को, रचनाओं को पढ़ के, इनके संदेशों का अनुसरण करके हम इन सब जो पहले के 4 यज्ञ हैं उनको अच्छे से पालन कर पाएंगे। मुझे लगता है वैदिक संस्कृति के हिसाब से अगर हम चलें तो हम सब चीज़ों का सम्मान करेंगे। अगर 1 मिनट है तो मैं बोलूँगा कि जब हिमालय एवरेस्ट पर जब चढ़ाई की थी फर्स्ट टाइम यूरोप से, तो स्टेटमेंट था, आई कॉन्कर्ड द एवरेस्ट। बट जब हमारे भारतवर्ष से किया गया तो उन्होंने क्या बोला था कि माउंट एवरेस्ट जो प्रिसाइडिंग डेटी हैं, उन्होंने मुझे अलाउ किया कि मैं उनकी शिखर तक आ सकूं। वो एक जो भावना है ना सम्मान की, वो हमें इस सृष्टि का एक अंग है, ये हमें मानना पड़ेगा, तभी हम कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाएंगे। हरे कृष्णा।
थैंक यू। नीला मल्होत्रा जी हमारे साथ हैं, वो सेक्रेटरी हैं मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स में। वी वेलकम यू मैम एंड वी कंटिन्यू विद आवर डिस्कशन। एनी अदर इनपुट्स ऑन द सेम पॉइंट? या प्लीज। नो, डायरेक्टर इज नॉट अलाउड। प्लीज।
Jai Shri Krishna. Pranam, Swamiji and everybody. I have a little point of views. I'm from Gita Ashram, Thailand. I'm Shishyas of Swami Hariji Maharaj. I learned from him. I stayed with him for more than 10 years. What I learned from life, I'm not a scholar. It's just from my lived experiences for this problem, addiction to AI or pollution or climate change. All of them are from humanity. Humans are now downfall. Why? Because of the limiting belief. We are all bombarded by all different sorts of beliefs, knowledge, mostly for the convenience of control, even in the name of religions or education or whatever forms. So, and that limiting belief transforms into our subconscious mind. And we all know that 95% of our life, everyone's life is controlled by our subconscious mind. Only 5% is our conscious mind. Unknowingly, that's why Lord Krishna said, we cannot change. We all behave with our nature. And even the wise man will not change people's knowledge or nature. They will try to make people work their way, work their duty along with their nature of three guna, the combination of three gunas. And that was from the accumulation and legacy of so many million years in the human cells, DNA. So it's very difficult to tell children or to tell ourselves not to do something or to do something. We find it as the fact of life. Now, what to do? Our body is composed of more than 75% of water, and water has memories, and all sorts of memories also. So my guru encouraged us, just recite Gita. And I'm a Thai, I couldn't understand Sanskrit. So he taught me to recite Gita, and the easiest one is chapter 12. I started from there. Slowly, now I can recite 700 shlokas. I cannot understand all of them, but slowly I have some insight, some understanding more and more about the true nature of our life, our creation, and how to stay above all this problem from duality and from triguna. And that comes from recitation. Why? That recitation of Gita is from the Lord himself, and is Sanskrit. So that works into our subconscious mind without fight, no defying. No. Children can recite Gita and keep on being naughty. Doesn't matter. Just keep on reciting Gita, and just one chapter, 12 chapters. That's the heart of Bhagavad Gita. And unknowingly, that will work in our subconscious mind. Will cleanse all the negative belief. And we have testified, if you say, bad boy, stupid boy, it's just like you're adding on dirty, colorful, dark water into the clear water. Every bad words. So how about every sacred words from Gita? You just keep reciting. It's a blessing from the Lord himself. You don't understand, but your subconscious mind, you can understand. It's so easy. So then I try to study more into the meaning, the aspect, the blessing in the 12 chapters, and I found everything is there to solve the solution. All this dirty subconscious mind, dirty information. Just keep reciting 12 chapters, and that will solve the world's problem. And in India, we have one one
Can you
story.
be a little brief?
Yeah, this is one. Madalasa, the Queen Madalasa sang this lullaby to her children, Sutto, Sibutto, and all the children became saint. So my effort now, and I would like to encourage everyone also, just start with 12th chapter, make it a lullaby, especially for parents who are going to have children. Just sing it nicely, fun, and that will come into the children, that new generation after generation will become stronger and healthier. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you. Now we have another question that is interesting also. Government is saying that all the students in India, the creativity and design thinking has to be encouraged. On the other hand, we have AI. Everybody is turning to AI for answers. So the question is, how can Gita be used for encouraging creativity and design thinking among learners in universities, schools, colleges? Please.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much for these wonderful questions. I'm from Kazakhstan. My name is Dr. Aselia Janova, and I work with Vaishnava schools in our country. I teach students online, children and teenagers, and we have a very nice experience on this topic. First point which I want to share with you, that our children don't like artificial intelligence, and they don't like to watch cartoons. If you will ask, we have many children and teenagers from Russia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Ukraine, Belarus also. So many Russian-speaking teenagers and children. When I ask them, please give me any example of your favorite hero, they usually tell me, they usually answer Krishna, Arjuna, Hanuman, or someone from Mahabharata or from Ramayana. They never tell like Superman or other heroes which are very popular in modern world. What is the reason of this point? The reason because they have very nice association in their families, and they have a nice association with the communities of devotees. And that's why they have this test to spiritual knowledge, to spiritual practice. Raso varjam, raso pyasya. Yes, if we have a highest test, then we will leave bad test to material enjoyment. And also our children, because they don't use artificial intellect, and they don't use modern cartoons and video games. That's why they're very creative. If you would like, I can show you later their pictures, how they create pictures on Mahabharata and Ramayana stories. Many pictures. They usually like to play in dramas about Krishna. We have many dramas about Krishna, Arjuna, about many stories from Mahabharata and about Lord Chaitanya. Means first point, we need to show an example to our children by our own life, because people, like Prabhu said, yat yata charity shreshtas tat tata vetara janah, and parents and teachers are shreshtas, are leaders for children. We can create such generation, nice generation, if we will follow very strongly ourselves. And if we will study Gita very nicely, if we will understand, if we will believe to Krishna Upadesh, if we will chant names of Shri Krishna, our children also will do it. I also have a son, my son is 17. Right now he graduated the school and he studied Bhakti Shastri. He's very interested in Bhagavad Gita, it's his favorite book. Why? But he is 17, means he also a young person. Why? Because he was born in family devotee and he has a very nice sadhu sangha. So it's very important point to give nice association and to give nice education to children. A first point to give them very good example. Hare Krishna, thank you very much.
Thank you. I change the question a little bit. My students or my children will live in this campus only, so they will be exposed to all stimulations. They may or may never study any of the scriptures, but we still have to foster creativity and design thinking. Now, can we give them some shortcuts, some ready-made solutions, please?
Distinguished scholars and participants, मुझे बहुत आनंद अनुभव हो रहा है इस अवसर पर। आज संसार में गीता, श्रीमद् भगवत गीता को अध्ययन करने वाले बहुत कम हैं। हमारा समाज, हमारे बच्चे गीता को पढ़ना नहीं चाहते। आजकल जो है हम भारतीय हैं, भारतवर्षीय हैं, लेकिन हमारा मन और मस्तिष्क बिल्कुल यूरोपियन पाश्चात्य जगत में समाहित होते जा रहे हैं, हुआ जा रहा है। इसका समाधान हम यही कर सकते हैं, प्रतिदिन प्रत्येक घर में प्रत्येक माता पिताएं जो अपने बच्चों को गीता का जो अध्ययन कराएं, माता पिता की सम्मान कैसे हो वो सिखाएं, गुरुजनों का सम्मान कैसा हो वो सिखाएं। यदि हम अपने बच्चे को यदि हम प्राचीन विद्या की शिक्षा नहीं देंगे तो हमारे बच्चे इतने उद्दंड हो जाएंगे कि आगे मैडम ने कहा पॉल्यूशन और मेंटल पॉल्यूशन, इसको कैसे समाधान करना है। बाहर का पॉल्यूशन तो विभिन्न वैज्ञानिक उपायों से इसका समाधान करेंगे, लेकिन जो मानसिक समस्याएं हैं, जो मानसिक प्रदर्शन हम बार बार चिंतित और मनोरोग से ग्रसित हो रहे हैं, उसका समाधान क्या है। तो उसका समाधान हम यही अनुरोध करते हैं। महाराज, गुरुजी, स्वामी ज्ञानंद जी यहाँ बैठे हैं, ये जो गीता के महामनीषी हैं। प्रत्येक घर में गीता का पाठ होना चाहिए। गीता के पाठ से मन में शांति आ जाती है। विदाउट पीस वी कैन डू एनीथिंग। सो गीता का अध्ययन करें, अपने बच्चों को सिखाएं। आज हम और यूरोपियन कंट्री में महाशया बच्चों को अपने धर्म के बारे में सिखाया जाता है। तुम कौन सा धर्म पढ़ोगे करके जो यूनिवर्सिटी सिखाया जाता है, बट हमारे यूनिवर्सिटियों में तुम कौन सा धर्म पढ़ते हो, किस धर्म को पढ़ोगे, क्या तुम्हारा सब्जेक्ट है, कोई भी नहीं पूछता है। आप जो यहाँ डायरेक्टर महोदय बैठे हुए हैं, तो हम यही अनुरोध करना चाहेंगे प्रत्येक यूनिवर्सिटी के प्रोफेसर और जो वहाँ के जो वाइस चांसलर, डीन्स, उनको जो है प्रत्येक डिपार्टमेंट में, प्रत्येक फैकल्टी में जो है गीता का अध्ययन हो, जिससे कि हमारा बच्चा मानसिक रूप से जो है अपने आदर्श, अपने कर्तव्यों को मत भूलें। क्योंकि यह बहुत बढ़िया स्लोगन दिया है, स्वधर्म। आजकल हमारे बच्चे अपने धर्म को अपनाने नहीं चाहते हैं। आजकल हमारे बच्चे पराये जो धर्म है वो धर्म को अपनाना चाहते हैं। अपने धर्म से वो वितृष्णा, एक प्रकार की हीनता बोध करते हैं। ऐसा क्यों? इसकी समाधान है हमारे माता पिता, हमारे सरकार, हमारे यूनिवर्सिटियाँ जो बच्चों को गीता धर्म के ज्ञान सिखाएं। स्वधर्म। मैं एक बार एक अनुरोध करना चाहता हूँ। स्वामी जी, आप तो सर्वज्ञ हैं। जब महाभारत की युद्ध हो रहा था, देखिए दोनों सेना एकत्रित हुई। युधिष्ठिर जी अपनी रथ से उतर कर जो अपनी तरकस और धनुष को जो अपने रथ में रखकर नंगे पैर जो उतर गए। सीधे वहाँ से गए भीष्म पितामह के पास में गए। पितामह, आप जैसे धनुर्धर, आप हमारे आपके गोद में हम पले हुए हैं। हमने बहुत सी शिक्षाएं दी और आपके साथ में युद्ध करेंगे और आपको पराजित करेंगे। पराजित नहीं, आपको मारेंगे हम। ये कैसे संभव है? बताइए, उपाय बताइए। हम तो नहीं लड़ेंगे, आप आशीर्वाद दीजिए। देखिए, ये है हमारा महान आदर्श, भारत का आदर्श। लेकिन आज कौन करता है ऐसा? भीष्म पितामह ने कहा, देखो देखो बच्चे, युधिष्ठिर, तुम तो धर्म के अवतार हो, लेकिन तुमको क्या करना, देखो हम अर्थ के वशीभूत हैं। अर्थ अर्थात हमने जो है धृतराष्ट्र का संपत्ति, धृतराष्ट्र का जो अर्थार्जन है, उससे हम पले हुए हैं। धृतराष्ट्र के पैसे से हम पले होने के कारण हम जो युद्ध धृतराष्ट्र की ओर से करेंगे, लेकिन आशीर्वाद तुमको देंगे। हमारा मन तुम्हारे साथ में रहेगा, इसलिए विजय तुम्हारी होगी। ये भीष्म पितामह कहते हैं। सेम यही बात द्रोणाचार्य के पास जाते हैं, कृपाचार्य के पास जाते हैं नंगे पैर, और जो शल्य के पास जाते हैं। तो जाकर उन्होंने, देखिए हम जो है अर्थ के वशीभूत हैं, हम राज्य के जो है,
कैन यू शॉर्टन इट?
ओके। तो हम राज्य के धन संपत्ति को खाते हैं और राजा के संपत्ति को भोग करते हैं। इसलिए जो हम राजा के ओर से लड़ेंगे, परंतु आशीर्वाद और वरदान आपको देंगे, तुमको देंगे, विजय श्री तुम प्राप्त करोगे। ये अवस्था है। इसलिए आज के हमारे बच्चे जो हैं अपना धर्म को अपना नहीं चाहते हैं। ये गीता के माध्यम से संत लोग तो बहुत प्रयास कर रहे हैं संसार में अपने धर्म के लिए, स्वधर्म के लिए, स्व कर्तव्य निष्ठा के लिए, शांति के लिए, परंतु हम यूनिवर्सिटी में नहीं कर रहे हैं। ये चाहे भारत की यूनिवर्सिटियाँ हो, चाहे नेपाल की यूनिवर्सिटियाँ हो, चाहे वर्ल्ड की किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी में धर्म के बारे में, हमारे गीता के बारे में नहीं होता। इसलिए इसका जो ज्ञान दिलाना होगा। धन्यवाद।
I will take one more. In fact, he wants to speak. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Namo Narayana Maharaj. In keeping with yesterday what I spoke, the dependency on this digital world, we cannot escape. In fact, even now, we are surrounded by this digital world. But in ancient time, with reference to this dependency, ancient time, everything was grasped by mere listening. So, Karna Parampara. Our Rishi Munis, Parampara, the teaching traditions, all Vedas and Vedangas, astronomy, astrology, Chandas, Nirukta, Vyakarana, grammar, etc. Everything was grasped and kept it here in our buddhi. In our whole lifespan, we are not even using 5% of the total capacity that we have. So much we can explore, we can expand, and also we can retain. We are the masters. We are the Swamis. The meaning of the Swami itself is master. Huh? But AI or digital world, as she said from US, we are too much into it. We are, the beautiful word she said, we are addicted. And we are addicted, therefore our children also gets addicted. In how many houses daily Bhagavad Gita is, at least 2 shlokas is chanted early in the morning? Are we educating our children? It is we have to take the lead, the example. हम अपने बच्चों को हम पहले पढ़ाना चाहिए, सिखाना चाहिए, उसका encourage करना चाहिए बच्चों को. But we are competing with our neighbors. We are competing with others. अरे ये इनको तो ये पढ़ा रहे हैं, इनको वहाँ अमेरिका भेज रहे हैं, तो हमको भी भेजना चाहिए अपना बच्चे को. हाँ, ऐसे it will not work.
Thank you. The inputs have been, I will stop here because we have to close the session in time. And the inputs have been very, very encouraging. I have only floated some ideas. We can continue discussion during lunch also. Now I hand over the mic to Vanita. Thank you very much for your kind inputs.
Thank you, Professor Manjula Chaudhary, for the wonderful discussion. And Dr. Neena Malhotra, Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, is also with us. So I would like to request ma'am for her address.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I hadn't prepared a speech, but let me just say a few words. First of all, I would like to thank all our foreign guests who have traveled from across the globe to join us for this wonderful program. We truly value your presence and we appreciate your participations that has enriched this discourse, and we hope that we continue to get your support and participation in our future endeavors as well. Secondly, I'm not a Gita scholar, but I think in our Ministry of External Affairs, in our foreign policy matters, we follow the core teachings of Gita. In the sense, we promote peace, we advocate peace and diplomacy, we want conflict resolution through peaceful efforts, and in all our efforts, we want to have a peaceful resolution of all matters, all conflicts. However, at the same time, if war is imposed on us, if the situation warrants war, then we don't run away from it, and nor are we afraid of the consequences. Then the protection of our country, securing safety of our citizens, and defending the sovereignty and territorial integrity becomes our core purpose. And for us, that is the concept of purpose and dharma. So I know there are so many other teachings, and we are, Gita in a way is a way of life, and we have really been following the discourses that have been happening, and I'm truly blessed to be part of all these seminar and these sessions, etc., which have really enriched our perspectives. The third point I want to make is that MEA, as part of our cultural diplomacy efforts, have been organizing and associating itself with so many other events that promote Indic thought, India's philosophy, Indian culture, Indian cultural ethos, etc. And some of you, in fact, have been, have been participating and are going to participate. In fact, even during this visit itself, there is a conference in Nalanda after this, and there is an international Sanskrit conference in Haridwar, which I think many of you are participating. Many of you are also participating in Nalanda. We once again thank you for your participation, and we look forward to your continued participation in all Indian endeavors, both in India and abroad. And finally, just a word of thanks to our hosts, the State Government of Haryana. I would like to thank them for the excellent arrangements made, for the warm and gracious hospitality, and above all, providing us a platform to be together and exchange our views and exchange our perspectives. My heartfelt thank to Shri Gyananandji Maharaj, all the teams, all the associations that are who are part of these organizations, and Kurukshetra University also for helping us get together and exchange our views and perspectives. Once again, thank you all, and thank you everybody. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. So it is indeed a proud moment for all of us to have Gita Manishi Swami Gyananandji with us. So I request him for his Ashirvachan.
ओम गीतामृत दुहे नमः। वंदे गुरु परंपरां, वंदे भारत मातरम्। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की उपदेश स्थली, ये धर्म क्षेत्र कुरुक्षेत्र, कुरुक्षेत्र यूनिवर्सिटी और यहाँ आयोजित कर्तव्य निष्ठा, शांति, सद्भाव और स्वदेशी के भाव के साथ यह 3 दिवसीय गीता संवाद, गीता सेमिनार एक अच्छा प्रयास इस रूप में। गीता का उपदेश आज से 5163 वर्ष पूर्व हुआ। It was 5163 years back when the Lord Krishna gives the message of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. But not only for Arjuna. केवल अर्जुन के लिए नहीं, भगवद गीता हम सब के लिए है। भगवद गीता इज फॉर ऑल। कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं भगवद गीता में। देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ कास्ट, कलर, क्रीड, कंट्री और सम एल्स। कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है, सबके लिए है गीता। जो प्रॉब्लम्स तब अर्जुन के साथ थी, वही प्रॉब्लम्स आज पूरा विश्व फेस कर रहा है। और इसीलिए जो सॉल्यूशन तब अर्जुन के लिए था, वो सॉल्यूशन आज पूरे विश्व के लिए है। भगवद गीता इज नॉट ओनली रिलीजियस स्क्रिप्चर, Bhagavad Gita is a vision. Bhagavad Gita is a way. Bhagavad Gita is a solution in itself for each and every problem which the world is facing today. हर समस्या का समाधान है। वो समस्या भले ही पॉल्यूशन को लेकर हो, या जैसे कहा गया कि एक थॉट पॉल्यूशन। हमें लगता है कि जितने बाहर के पॉल्यूशन है उसका जो ओरिजिन है वो विचारों के प्रदूषण से, वो थॉट पॉल्यूशन से है। और गीता में जो समाधान भी बताया गया कि देवान भाव्यता नेन ते देवा भाव्यन्तु वा, परस्परम भाव्यन्ता। देखो देव क्या है? देव प्रकृति ही है। वायु देवता, सूर्य देवता, चंद्र देवता, ये सब देव हैं। और देवता क्या है? देवता में से रिमूव वन वर्ड व, देता, जो देता है, जो दे रहा है। जहाँ केवल लेने की सोच है, what I can take, what I can have, वो गीता की आसुरी संपदा की ओर ले जाती है। और जहाँ what I can give, मैं क्या दे सकता हूँ, वो दैवी संपदा की ओर ले जाती है। तो देवता दे रहे हैं, लेकिन सोच कब प्रदूषित होती है, विचार कब पॉल्यूटेड होते हैं, जब हम हर समय मेरी सुविधा, मेरा आराम, मेरा सुख, मुझे क्या मिलेगा, बस जब सोच इतने में सीमित हो जाती है, वहाँ से विचारों का प्रदूषण प्रारंभ होता है। और वो प्रदूषण हर जगह से, पृथ्वी है तो मैं क्या अधिक से अधिक ले सकता हूँ, हर तरफ, तो वहाँ पॉल्यूशन प्रारंभ होता है। फिर आगे वो प्रदूषण बढ़ता है। प्रकृति को भी प्रकृति दे रही है, लेकिन प्रकृति से भी हम केवल लेना चाहते हैं, देना नहीं चाहते कुछ, तो वहाँ फिर वातावरण सब बिगड़ता है, प्रदूषित होता है। तो गीता ने कहा देवता दे रहे हैं, तो भी अपनी सोच को ब्रॉड बनाओ। प्रकृति की नेचर से ब्रॉड, कितनी ब्रॉड है नेचर। हम भी अपनी थिंकिंग को ब्रॉड बनाएं, ओपन बनाएं, पॉजिटिव बनाएं, क्रिएटिव बनाएं, कंस्ट्रक्टिव बनाएं। दिस इज सॉल्यूशन, ये सॉल्यूशन है। और जो बात आई डिजिटल को लेकर, कहीं डिजिटल एडिक्शन की बात सत्या जी ने शायद शुरू की, कहीं डिपेंडेंसी अपॉन डिजिटल वर्ल्ड। तो देखो भगवद गीता जो है वो हर चीज़ का सही उपयोग सिखाती है। डिजिटल को भी ठीक उपयोग कर लो तो डिजिटल का भी ठीक उपयोग होगा, तो एआई जो है वो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस नहीं रहेगी, वो एक्चुअल इंटेलिजेंस बन जाएगी। है तो एआई ही है ना, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस नहीं। गीता टीचेस अस द वे ऑफ एक्चुअल इंटेलिजेंस। और डिजिटल, यू सी the word digital, there are 5 or 7 alphabets, DI, GI, TA and then L. First 2 alphabets are D and I. Last alphabet is L, and in between there are 4 alphabets. Everyone chant. What are the 4 alphabets in between the DI and L? G, I, T and A. What is G, I, T, A? All of us clear it. What is G, I, T, A? That is Gita. And what is DIL? That is Dil, that is heart. Keep Bhagavad Gita in your heart. This is digital. दिल में गीता. तो जब दिल में गीता होगी तो फिर AI जो है वो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस नहीं रहेगा, तब वो एक्चुअल इंटेलिजेंस बनना शुरू हो जाएगा. और उस समय आपको हर प्रॉब्लम का सॉल्यूशन अपने आप मिलना प्रारंभ हो जाएगा. महात्मा गांधी ने जो कहा, फॉर मी भगवद गीता इज माई बुक ऑफ आंसर्स. मेरे लिए भगवद गीता, ठीक है, पाठ करना आपने कहाँ से हिंदी में अच्छा लेक्चर दिया, कहाँ से? नेपाल से. हाँ, योर कैप क्लियर्स इट दैट यू आर फ्रॉम नेपाल. हाँ, तो आपने जो बात कही गीता पाठ की कि सब हर घर में गीता पाठ हो. गीता पाठ के लिए बहुत अच्छे है, शांति के लिए, सद्भाव के लिए. लेकिन पाठ के साथ साथ गीता जो है बुक ऑफ आंसर्स भी है. हर प्रश्न का उत्तर है गीता, हर समस्या का समाधान है गीता. तो हमें लगता है कि ये जो 3 दिन कल जो सेमिनार प्रारंभ हुआ और डिफेंस मिनिस्टर मिस्टर राजनाथ सिंह वाज देयर, तो उन्होंने जो अपना उद्बोधन दिया, और उसके बाद हमें लगता है कि पूरे गीता महोत्सव का, नीना जी, ये है पूरे गीता महोत्सव की क्रीम है, नवनीत माखन है. ये 3 दिन ये जो इंटरनल सेमिनार्स होते हैं, वो बाहर तो कल्चरल प्रोग्राम और सब अच्छा है, वो भी विश्व को मैसेज, लेकिन माखन तो यहाँ निकलता है इन 3 दिनों के सेमिनार में कि गीता का माखन क्या है, गीता का थीम क्या है, गीता का नवनीत क्या है, और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय गीता महोत्सव का थीम क्या है. वो तो ये जो इंटरनल सेमिनार्स होते हैं अलग अलग विषयों पे, ये उसमें से निकलता है. तो हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा देख करके. और नीना जी, आपका प्रयास जो है कि इतने देशों से, कहीं हंगरी से, कहीं कजाकिस्तान से, कहीं ऑस्ट्रेलिया से, नेपाल से, जापान से, और थाईलैंड, यू आर फ्रॉम थाईलैंड से, और चाइना, बेलारूस, स्पेन, हंगरी एंड फिजी. हाँ, फिजी आल्सो, मलेशिया, पोलैंड, गुड. अमेरिका भी तो है, इधर अमेरिका भी है. तो इतने देशों के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स यहाँ हैं, ये देखकर बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. और बेस्ट विशेस फॉर यू ऑल. सबको शुभकामना. जय श्री कृष्ण.
धन्यवाद स्वामी जी. आपके वचन हमेशा हम सब में एक नई ऊर्जा का संचार करते हैं. आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. सो वाइस चांसलर सर किसी अर्जेंट कार्य से हमारे बीच में अभी दोबारा ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाए हैं. So, in his absence, first and foremost, I would like to thank our worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor Somnath Sachdeva, for consenting to be the part of this event, and his presence and valuable guidance is always encouraging for us. I express my deep sense of gratitude to Gita Manishi, Swami Gyananand Ji Maharaj, for his blessings. Your prestigious presence and motivating thoughts always guides us. We extend our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Neena Malhotra, Ministry of External Affairs, for her generous support in coordinating and enabling the presence of esteemed delegates in our conference. Your continued guidance and assistance were instrumental in making the event a success. I would like to place on record our deep appreciation for Professor Manjula Chaudhary, moderator and advisor of the conference, whose capable leadership and thoughtful felicitation made the roundtable discussion both productive and intellectually stimulating. Thank you, ma'am, for ensuring a smooth and engaging dialogue. Our sincere gratitude to Professor Tejendra Sharma, Director IGC, whose constant support, thoughtful planning, and inspiring directions ensured the smooth and meaningful execution of this conference. We gratefully acknowledge the presence and valuable input of our distinguished foreign delegates. Your participation has broadened the understanding of Gita knowledge and made this roundtable truly international in spirit. It also reflects your commitment to shared knowledge and partnership. I express my gratitude to all present here for being with us today. Your thoughtful attention and enthusiasm enrich the discussion and contribution to the overall success of this conference. So thank you, one and each. National.
आज फॉरेन डेलीगेट्स जो हैं, फॉरेन डेलीगेट्स का एक फ़ोटोग्राफ होगा विद पीएम नियर अबाउट एट 5 PM. They will have to reach there before 5 PM in the area of Brahm Sarovar. Only for foreign delegates. That picture will be only for foreign delegates.
So, we will conclude the session with the national anthem. So, all are requested to stand on their places.
मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा, तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा, जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you so much, and you all are cordially invited for lunch at Dharohar. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.